Okay, Coach Cliff is back at you again. I was thinking to myself, maybe y'all wondering out there, does Coach Cliff really have a winning system versus chronic diseases? And if he does, what proof does he have? Well, y'all hold tight. I'm gonna show you. As the saying goes, men lie, women lie, children lie, but the numbers don't lie. Well, I'm going to share with you guys my numbers from my blood test exams that I took back in January 2024. Now it's April 24th, 2024, and I would say it's still valid. It's only 3 months ago. This video is the lead up for the video that we're going to call the Optimal Wellness Life Shopping Cart or Grocery Cart. We put out, as y'all know, 2 videos before showing items in the grocery cart that lead to chronic diseases. We called it grocery cart full of chronic diseases, right? We put those videos up at the end of this one so y'all can check them out. So with that being said, Coach Cliff is telling you what we put in our shopping carts strongly correlates to having chronic diseases or not in our bodies. What Coach Cliff can do is show you the evidence. From there, y'all gotta make the decision. If y'all gonna make the right changes, and changes are needed, we can't just sit and think that chronic disease is gonna get chill if no changes are made, right? We gotta be proactive about getting chronic disease out of our bodies. Now, my numbers taken from the most recent blood exam, like I told you back in January 2024, specifically to we're gonna focus on specifically my glucose numbers and my cholesterol levels. The reason why I'm focusing on these two ones is because these levels or these blood tests, correlate to cardiovascular diseases. As we know, those are heart attacks and strokes, which is the number one killer of Americans, and type 2 diabetes, which is not too far behind. So we're gonna check them out, right? But I want you guys to go into when we do the Optimal Wellness Life Shopping Cart. You guys know you're gonna have the proof. Well, we're doing things by numbers. You're gonna have the proof that when you fill your shopping carts up with Optimal Wellness Life items, our glucose and cholesterol levels will soon go down. Can't say when because it's up to you how you adapt it, but it'll go down in reasonable time, right? So, and not just glucose and cholesterol, all levels in our body, right? We want everything else to be nice and be nice in the optimal wellness optimal wellness life zone, right? Now, so now you know what to do. Y'all know what to do. Go ahead, subscribe to this channel so you can get that fresh and crispy one every time Coach Cliff put it out. You know that fresh and crispy one. You'll see the Krispy Kreme sign, that big old red sign you pass by. That thing call you just buckle right and get you a couple of donuts. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen when you subscribe to this channel. You'll get that fresh and crispy. I don't want, like I said, we don't indulge in that. We indulge in that every once in a while, but we don't do it on a consistent and daily basis. But y'all should do when the fresh and crispy one come from Coach Cliff. Y'all definitely need to do that on a consistent basis, right? So anyway, go ahead and share, and most importantly, post the comments to this video. I'm looking forward to y'all comments. I'm really loving the comments I'm seeing so far, and definitely want to take my time to respond to them, and we can keep this dialogue going, right? Please check out our site, optimalwellnesslife.com, and also that's in the description. We'll be adding new stuff to the site. We always in the mindset that it's a work in progress, and we always want to add value to the site. We also have, check this out, coaching programs there for anyone that wants support from yours truly, Coach Cliff, on getting chronic disease from your body. Go ahead, fill out the questionnaire. I'll give you a holler. We'll do a one-on-one meeting so we can go ahead and start that eviction process of getting chronic disease up out your body. Chronic disease is in your body, not paying no rent. Like I said, eating up all your cereal, putting the AC up at 68, and they ain't putting nothing on the AC, on the electric bill. Gotta get them up out of there, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and move to the next. We're gonna go ahead and check out Coach Cliff health numbers. So let's go to my nice slides I put together for y'all. Give me a second, let me pull them up real quick. What are the blood tests as you see on the screen? If you're just listening, the question is, what are blood tests? Now, we're going to define blood tests. These are the blood tests that we take when we do our annual physical, as we promote here on Optimal Wellness Life that we want to be doing the physical once a year. So, next slide says like what you need to know about blood testing. Now, let's go ahead. I'm going to read it line for line here, right? Blood tests are used to measure or examine cells, chemicals, proteins, or other substances in the body. Blood testing is also known as blood work. It's one of the most common types of lab tests. Blood work is often included as part of a regular checkup. Blood tests are also used to, number one, help diagnose certain diseases and conditions, monitor a chronic disease or condition such as diabetes or high cholesterol, find out if the treatment is for the disease is working. And our treatment here, we gonna always gonna say is gonna be foods for the most part, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that as we go with more of our videos. Next thing for the blood test is check how well your organs are working. Your organs include your liver, your kidneys, your heart, and your thyroid. A lot of people just check, for your sugar or your glucose or your cholesterol, but also there's some other stuff that's taken from your blood to check the health of your kidneys, right? Make sure you're drinking enough water. Make sure your liver is good. We want to make sure that all those are running at good condition. Also, it's good to help. This also is diagnosed. The blood test diagnosed if you have bleeding or clotting orders. You want to make sure the blood is not too thick, not too thin, and maybe you always are getting sick. We want to make sure that through the blood test, also to find out if your immune system is having troubles fighting infections. Now, maybe you're always sick when the flu season's around, and this could be, taking this exam could be one of the first steps you can take to determine what is the issue, right? And we always going to say here at Optimal Wellness Life, food cures are pretty much a lot of the stuff that we're going through. The right foods, right? The foods that we're going to put in this Optimal Wellness Life shopping cart. So there you have it, right? Though this is why we do the blood test. It has so many uh you know uh functions, but for the main ones we're going to focus here on is measuring our cholesterol and our glucose levels. So then we're going to get to that. So let's all move on to the next. Okay, now y'all checked out Coach Cliff glucose levels, right? We're gonna move on to our cholesterol levels. And these cholesterol levels, I'm gonna show you everything, the HDL, the LDL, all the L's in them. I'm gonna show it to you guys so y'all can see, right? And yeah, we're gonna be totally transparent. Coach Cliff, I always got room for improvement. I always want to get better. And but we want to give you guys the assurance that when we go do this video next week, that you have the assurance that what you put in this shopping cart, what we're going to tell you what the Optimal Wellness Life shopping cart, we're going to get these numbers right. So, chronic disease doesn't have a chance to deal with, to enter our bodies and cause havoc. So let's go ahead and go to it, right? I'm going to go to the slide real quick. And, hey, check it out. It's right there in front of you, right? Here's all the cholesterol numbers they ran. As you see here, let's go to total cholesterol. And you see that the last one, like I said, we did this in January 2024, and Coach Cliff been running all his stuff, for the last few years. Like I said, in 2022, I don't know what happened there, but hey, yeah, I'm human. So nevertheless, as you see here, every blood exam or the thing that took it from the exam, if in this case cholesterol, we always have a range, right? And the range here, normal, is 100 to 199. So obviously we want to be in between that, right? As you see here, all my numbers outside of 2021, like I said, I must have been cutting up there. It's over, it's under the 199. And we're gonna give you some more information as far as like why we want to even lower that number down. Anyway, let's go ahead and just show all of it. We have the total cholesterol here. We had triglycerides, say slightly high, right? The HDL, the good cholesterol, as people say, that's good. We need over 39. The VLDL, 5 through 40 is the range with 27. And my LDL, which they call the bad cholesterol, is slightly high, right? And I think reason why I did it, as we say here, the Optimal Wellness Life, we want to do the 90-10 rule. And I think I know I went over the 90-10 rule. I'll just be completely transparent. I was probably like 75-25, right? And I said, okay, let me get back, get back to where I was at. So maybe about a month before that started, I got back to the 90-10 rule, right? 90-10 rule means, as we say it again, 90% of our calories are coming from whole food, plant-based sources, and 10% goes to whatever. Now, more than likely, hey, I'm American. I like a big, juicy, cheesy hamburger from time to time with the sauteed mushrooms and the sauteed onions and peppers and pickles, cheesy. The cheddar cheese on there. Don't talk about no quarter pound. Yeah, I need a half pound. I put a cheese on mine too with the crispy bacon. If you're gonna do it right. I do it right. But this is an indulgence. This is something that I'm not going to do every month. Oh, excuse me, every week, right? Might do it once a month. Knowing me, I'm pretty disciplined in the sense I do it like 2-3 months, right? And I got the facts to show it. So the reason why we don't do it every month, many times in the week, because I have to keep in mind the report card of my health is always in my mind, and I know if I do it 2-3 times a week, my cholesterol is going to shoot up, right? And we want to keep this number under 199. Actually, we want to keep this number under 150. The reason why a lot of stuff I say and promote as far as fighting chronic diseases come from this book right here. I'm gonna put it up right here. This book is called The China Study. It's if y'all listening, the book's called China Study. All right, and my man Dr. Colin Campbell, nutritional scientist and his son, I think he's a medical doctor, Thomas Campbell. Oh man, this China Study. Get the book. Get the book. It's a real good book. Talks about a lot of the research that was done over the last 60, 70, 80 years about chronic disease, right? And one thing I did note from the book that they said through there, a lot of studies that have been performed over the years, people that have chronic disease, people that have this total number of 177, not 177, 150, do not. They got really low probability of getting a heart attack or stroke. So yeah, Coach Cliff, the next exam I do, we gotta get it to 150 below, 100 to 150. That's my goal, 100 to 150. Only way we're gonna do that is through putting the right foods in our shopping carts, the Optimal Wellness Life shopping cart. So that being said, come back to the full frontal, right? For that being said, look, we want to give you guys the assurance that, yeah, the system that I'm promoting here, right? It works. It works. I wasn't even doing it at 100 percentile, but it still works, right? We ain't saying you can't eat this, can't eat that. We're just saying that we can eat more of this and less of that. That's all we saying here, Optimal Wellness Life. That's all Coach Cliff is saying. You eat your cheeseburger, but you can't eat your cheeseburger 2-3 times a week. If you do, that cholesterol gonna be sky high. I know folks that got cholesterol 300, 400, right? I know folks that got A1C 12, 13%. And they wonder why. Like I said, I know folks that got their standing glucose at 600, 700. And these folks, I'm telling you, they on medication. If you might be one of them, if you're listening, they're on medication. They always definitely a risk to go take some major surgery, especially with the cardiovascular stuff, especially with that high cholesterol. And like I said, by trade, I'm a tech, and we always talk about root cause. And people say, why this happened? Why this happened? Hey, look, we're going to fool ourselves and not understand that heart attacks and strokes are pretty much due to cholesterol. Now, I know people say, oh, it's hereditary. Hereditary. Yes, it's hereditary. No question it's hereditary. You saw your mama, you saw your auntie eating them fried chicken every day and all day and every day, and you repeated it. Yes, it's hereditary. You're consuming the same amount of cholesterol like they did, so that's why they got heart attack and stroke. You understand? So let's not make an excuse about this and that and my your aunt, your uncle had it and cousin had it. No, they had it because and when I say they had it, they had high, they had cardiovascular disease because the food they were eating. If we can say, we all can agree that cholesterol is the major contributor to it. I'm sure stress is part to it and other things, hereditary part of it. I know some scientists probably can, say some long words, but at the end of the day, Coach Cliff is simple, practical and simple. Cholesterol is the major cause of cardiovascular disease. There's no question about it. So our goal is to reduce the cholesterol. Where does cholesterol come from? We know cholesterol. We should know. Well, we're gonna say it a lot. Cholesterol is we get everything cholesterol we need is from our own body. So the only sources of cholesterol that we consume is from animal product. Again, I ain't saying you can't eat your cheesy hamburger. You know that the hamburger they put the cheese inside of it, I think it's called a loosey goosey. Those are bomb. But nevertheless, can't eat your loosey gooseys on a weekly basis. Gotta really, it's an indulgence, right? Indulgence means you don't eat it every day. You every once in a while, and I'm saying every once in a while, maybe once a month at the most. So we just gotta keep it real. And hey, all I want to do, all our mission is to bring you the evidence. You got to make the change. You got to believe what I'm saying, right? Because if you continue this way, if you got cholesterol, if you got high cholesterol, you got high glucose, you're putting your body through a lot of stress, and it's gonna start to cry. It's gonna start to holler, and that holler is gonna take you to the. I know got family members go to the hospital every 3-4 months. They go to the doctor's office. They say this hurt and that hurt. Doctor said you got to change. I got to change. They all want to do it. They want to stay stuck in their ways. You'll stay stuck in your ways. You're gonna mess around and lose your eye. You mess around and get your leg chopped off because the sugar then rotted it out. So I gotta talk straight to y'all guys. Right? I talk straight to y'all because this is the path you going. This is the path you're going if you'll make the changes. Right? So hey, I keep it real. I don't want you guys to go through that. Right? You see Coach Cliff numbers. We're gonna go ahead and even get the numbers even better. But the only way we're gonna do that is to get our shopping carts right. Optimal Wellness Life shopping carts. Anyway, like I said, this video is for to get you the insurance that hey, this all the numbers. Now I'm gonna go ahead and fill these shopping carts up how Coach Cliff filled the shopping cart up because that's where the war is beginning right there. The war starting right there. How we fill our shopping carts, what we put in our bodies on a consistent basis, right? So again, as we want to, which as we ask you to do, as we just love for you the guys to do, you know, subscribe, so you get that fresh, crispy, um, video that drops. Share, comment. We love to hear from you guys, and we're gonna move forward. We gonna give the eviction notice to the chronic disease, but the only way we gonna do it is by taking the corrective action because chronic disease is chilling in your house, eating up all your food, sucking up all your AC, and it's doing a number, on everything, right? So we will make sure we're gonna take the corrective action to evict chronic disease from our body. So until the next one, I thank you for checking out this video. Staying to the end, like I said, there's the other videos that we showing shopper cart full of chronic disease. Check that out, and we'll see you on the next one.